So the wait is finally over. Stranger Things 5 Volume 2 is here. And wow, it is an absolute gut punch of emotion, some seriously mind-bending new lore, and a final cliffhanger that honestly just redefines the entire show. Let's break down the beginning of the end. Okay, we have to start with what is, without a doubt, the single biggest emotional payoff of the season. This one line from Max to Lucas, it changes everything. Everything we thought we knew about her survival. That iconic Kate Bush song, yeah, it was a lifeline, but it was never her true anchor. It was always him. It was always Lucas. And guess what? That anchor worked. After 18 just agonizing months in a coma, with her mind completely trapped in Vecna's prison, Max Mayfield is finally back. And no, this isn't some fake out. This is the real deal, the powerful reunion we have all been waiting for. And it just hits the emotional core of these episodes so hard. So you're probably wondering, how on earth did she pull it off? Well, it was with help from the most unlikely ally you could possibly imagine, little Holly Wheeler. Yeah, inside Vecna's mind prison, Holly actually guided Max to this hidden portal. And get this, it was hidden inside Vecna's own most traumatic memory, a cave he was terrified of as a kid. This is just a complete 180 for Max, you know? In season 4, she had kind of given up, but here, she fought tooth and nail to live to get back to Lucas and her friends. But okay, from that incredible emotional high, the show just pivots, and it hits us with its single biggest lore drop ever. It finally answers the one question that has been haunting all of us since the very first episode. I mean, seriously, think about it. For nearly a decade, we've all debated it, we've cooked up theories, we've tried to map the whole thing out, but what exactly is that dark, vine-choked reality that mirrors Hawkins? Well, it turns out everything we thought we knew was wrong. The Upside Down isn't another dimension. Not really. It's a bridge. It's a wormhole. And it connects our world to something much, much worse. And what's at the end of that bridge? A place called the Abyss. This is the true source of all the horror. It's Vecna's actual home dimension, a chaotic, nightmarish wasteland of pure evil. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. The Upside Down was never the destination. It was just the terrifying, unstable road to get there. And who figures all this out? Come on, you know who. Of course, it was Dustin Henderson. He gets his hands on Dr. Brenner's old notes and realizes this entire bridge is being held together by some kind of power source he calls exotic matter. And here's the kicker. It's dangerously unstable. So if it's destroyed, the whole wormhole and anyone inside just collapses, gone. So now that we know what the Upside Down really is, we finally understand Vecna's horrifying endgame. And spoiler alert, it's not just about killing a few kids in Hawkins. Oh no, it is about remaking our entire world. His plan is actually brutally simple, and it unfolds in 3 absolutely terrifying steps. First, he gathers 12 children to use them as living vessels, like conduits. Second, he siphons all their psychic energy to amplify his own power to an insane level. And the final step? He's going to collapse our world and merge it completely with the hellscape of the Abyss. And we actually see this plan begin in one of the most chilling scenes of the season. He gathers the children in his mind lair for this ritual, and as he just whispers, "It's time," their necks all snap in this horrifying unison. Their consciousness becomes the conduits for his final act. It's just awful. But Vecna isn't the only one with a stunning revelation. Kali is back, and she drops an absolute bombshell on Eleven. Her powers were never truly her own. Where do they come from? Henry Creel. Turns out Dr. Brenner used Henry's blood in his experiments on pregnant women, which means Eleven's very abilities, her whole identity, is tied directly to her greatest enemy. You know, amidst all the cosmic horror and the world-ending stakes, Volume 2 was really defined by its character moments. These deeply personal scenes were what gave all that horror its real weight. First up, you've got Jonathan and Nancy. They're trapped in this melting room, and they finally confront the truth. Jonathan delivers this really poignant unproposal. He's basically acknowledging that their bond was forged in trauma, and that they both deserve a fresh start. It's a surprisingly mature and mutual end to their story. And then comes Will's huge moment. Just monumental. He realizes Vecna is using his secret fears to spy on the group, so he just takes that power right back. He comes out to everyone, And it's not just a confession, you know? It's a strategic move to disarm their enemy. And the party's response? A massive group hug. They completely strip Vecna of his weapon.
And finally, the reconciliation we all needed between Steve and Dustin. Man, their conflict over Eddie's death had been simmering all season. But here, Steve finally just admits the truth. His anger wasn't really at Dustin, it was just grief. He missed his friend. And just like that, their bond is healed, just in time for the final fight.
Now, it's interesting because these emotional moments were definite highlights for a lot of us. But not everyone was convinced. There was a pretty vocal part of the fan base, especially on places like Reddit, who felt the dialogue was just too on the nose. They were criticizing it for being, quote, over-expository. It's a debate that really kind of defined the season's reception, to be honest. So, with all the emotional baggage unpacked and the new lore established, the crew forms one last desperate plan. And this leads us to a cliffhanger that puts the fate of literally everyone on a razor's edge. And who comes up with the plan? Steve Harrington, of course. He calls it Operation Beanstalk. Step 1, they wait for the worlds to start merging. That's going to allow the local radio tower to poke right through a rift. That tower is their beanstalk. They'll climb it to reach the abyss, ambush Vecna while he's distracted, and then destroy the exotic matter, collapsing that bridge for good. Simple, right? Well, it's a high-risk, high-reward plan for sure. But it forces us to ask a really terrifying question. What is the true cost of collapsing that bridge permanently?
And this is the final gut punch. Kali reveals her terrible solution. To guarantee the wormhole can never, ever be reopened by anyone again, she and Eleven have to stay behind. They have to be inside as it collapses. A double sacrifice to close the door for good. And Eleven? She gives this hesitant, ambiguous little nod, keeping this unthinkable choice a secret from everyone.
And that's where we're left, with the ultimate question. After everything she has fought for, after finally building a family, is Eleven really going to pay the ultimate price to save the world? I guess the finale holds the answer.